Hey there, and welcome back to Anime This Is, where once in a while you'll see an upload by me and be like, oh yeah, I forgot this still existed, and then just go on with your day. But this time's gonna be different. What I'm about to go into will not only change the course of your day, but will have you thinking about this for the rest of the week. If there is one anime villain that is universally loved by all, it would have to be Koro Sensei. Who would have thought that a giant bald-headed yellow octopus with a giant smile that could destroy the world would be so loved by fans? Assassination Classroom has gotten so much of its success and notoriety because of Koro Sensei, and spoilers incoming for Assassination Classroom, but I honestly can't remember a time where I have watched an anime and started tearing up while watching the villain of a show dying. Koro Sensei's death scene was one of the saddest endings to an anime that I've ever seen, and is something that really solidified Class's place as one of the great modern day anime. Koro Sensei's death is such an emotionally wrecking moment that has stuck with me forever. But what if I told you that Koro Sensei isn't actually dead? Would you still think of the show as a modern day classic? Or would it degrade the shining memory you had for the show? The whole premise of the show is that Koro Sensei is basically an alien invader that decided to blow up the moon and threaten to destroy the Earth in the next year. But he reaches a deal with the government which requires Koro Sensei to be an actual sensei and have a classroom full of delinquents try to assassinate him before he destroys Earth. The students' entire goal throughout their school life isn't to study hard and get a solid career or to strive for excellence in sports. They are humanity's last hope. They are the final wall that needs to hold steady and stop the Titan Koro Sensei from destroying their planet. We follow most of the student's journey through Nagisa, the main student and character. I honestly can't remember if she was a girl or boy, but who the fuck cares, I would still smash. Anyway, we follow through the lens of Nagisa as we watch each and every student find some way to plot and kill Koro Sensei. All the while, Koro Sensei is not only teaching his students valuable tips along the way, but also teaching these delinquents valuable life lessons that they would have never received if not for Koro Sensei. Class doesn't only focus on the ass part of the show, but also the class part, detailing how an alien octopus can develop and shape young minds to become productive members of society better than any human ever could. But enough recap, we're here to find out how Koro Daddy is still alive, so let's get to it. Koro Sensei is a being that not even the world's greatest forces could destroy. He's someone that could have easily obliterated the world and all its inhabitants with little to no impactful opposition. The only way he spared Earth was to make a deal under his rules for the most part. In this collaboration with the government and Koro Sensei, he wanted to teach a class full of delinquents, that being the students from Class 3E, and in that class students' main goals are to study hard and find a way to kill Koro Sensei before his threat to destroy the Earth in 1 year time comes to fruition. Time and time again through both seasons of the show, plenty of attempts at Koro Sensei's life are taken by each and every student. Some being highly strategic and elaborative plans to kill him, as well as those students who just charge at him with a knife. Regardless, it doesn't make a difference to Koro Sensei. No matter how strong the plan, how smart the student, how tenacious they are, in the end, it didn't even matter. No plan worked against Koro Sensei. Not only would Koro Sensei allow his students to come at him any time or day to kill him, but he would permit this all while watching and teaching the class through the school curriculum. We would see students stealthily come up to Koro Sensei to ask questions about something or get some help from him, only to get close in a bid to kill him, but each time Sensei would thwart their plans while simultaneously giving feedback and guidance on why their attempt failed and what they could do better next time. Bottom line is that time and time again, Koro Sensei was seemingly unkillable. And yes, although he was reforming these kids through his lessons, and weirdly enough using himself as a target to kill, worked out to turn these troubled teens into growing, functioning members of society. So I truly find it hard to believe that during this emotionally devastating scene where Koro Sensei dies to his students, he's actually truly dead. There is material in the show called anti-sensei material, which has a rubbery kind of look that is used by the students to try and kill Sensei. It is the only known weakness that he has and can be made into bullets, knives, as well as various other weaponry. However, I honestly think we were all tricked into thinking that. The students, government, the viewers, we were all duped by Koro Sensei into thinking that this anti-sensei material was Koro Sensei's weakness. We have seen him be penetrated by this material plenty of times, to which we see him seemingly be harmed by. But it doesn't take long before he's able to regenerate part of his body or limbs back. Koro Sensei was lying to us. This material is completely bogus and has the same impact as any other weapon without it. Koro Sensei is able to regenerate his body easily, so what's to say that upon impact of this material entering him, he purposely dissolves part of his body as well. It's safe to say that Koro Sensei's body is extremely malleable, and if he is able to regenerate his body, then it's also possible that he could just as easily destroy it as well. Which leads me to the final point of this video. Koro Sensei, although claiming to destroy the world in 1 year, was honestly never going to do that. He had only pure intentions in mind that started and ended with the students of Class 3E, wanting his students to not have to be ostracized and feared with the title of being social outcasts. His one and only goal was to help change these students' lives by teaching them good values and morals, showing them how beautiful the world can be with the right attitude, and the value that each and every student in Class 3E possesses. If Koro Sensei was truly going to blow up the world, then all his teachings and bonding that the class had made with himself and each other would have just gone to waste. That's why during that final moment between the students, where each of them had a knife placed into each one of Koro Sensei's tentacles, he had allowed them to do that. He had allowed them to kill him and finally graduate from Assassination class. But the thing is, he never died in that moment. We see him crumble away in that moment and slowly, in true Thanos click fashion, vanish. But from what we know about Koro Sensei's body, we know that he can freely regenerate whenever he wants at any rate, as well as in this case, slowly atom by atom be lifted into the atmosphere. By placing the illusion of him dying, not only brought to life the image that a being like Koro Sensei could be killed in the minds of the students, but also made them finally achieve that last step. As the relationship between the students and Sensei grew, so did the dependency and reliance that the students had on Sensei. If he had not chose to plant the image of death in their eyes, the students would continue to constantly rely on Koro Sensei, always being there when they need him. And that's not what Sensei wanted to teach them at all. He wanted his students to be able to function on their own and pass on the teachings he gave them towards others that also needed that guidance as well. At the end of the day, he was never capable of dying or being a monster hellbent on destruction. Koro Sensei was someone that only wanted to educate those who needed it, assist those who needed a helping hand, and be that initial step towards helping those who are in the worst of places. To be honest, he's probably fully regenerated by now, and is somewhere out in the world, helping out others who are just like Class 3E. Although he was never able to truly die, Koro Sensei faking his death not only helped the world out, but is also the catalyst towards future humans learning to become kind-hearted and overall exemplary people. Thanks for watching.